The United Kingdom and the United States stopped doing some things that honestly finally made sense. Because imagine owing money back then and the solution was jail, not a fine. I mean, if I'm put in prison for owing money, how am I even supposed to pay it back? Today, I'm going to take you through 7 things both nations used to do and eventually stopped doing. Things that actually make sense for the first time when you think about it. Number 1, jailing people for debt. Back in the 18th and early 19th centuries, if you owed money and couldn't pay, you went to jail. No deals, no deferments, just a cell. In England and Wales, about 10,000 people were locked up for debt every year during that time. And debt didn't go away in jail. They actually had to repay the creditor in full before release. Even worse, prisoners had to pay for their own board, food, and lodging while locked up. Some ended up deeper in debt just trying to eat. Famous people got caught up in it too. Charles Dickens's own father was imprisoned in the Marshalsea prison in 1824 because he owed 40 pounds, which forced young Charles to work in a shoe polish factory to help the family. Eventually, lawmakers got it. Locking people up didn't help them repay money. The UK passed the Debtors Act in 1869, ending most imprisonment for debt. In the US, the shift happened through the 1800s as states and federal courts pushed back against the practice. The change wasn't instant, but it showed something important. Systems should help people recover, not punish them into nothing. Number 2, corporal punishment in schools. Not long ago, schools weren't always safe places. Teachers could legally hit students with canes or paddles if they misbehaved, and sometimes they did. In the US, New Jersey became the first state to ban corporal punishment in schools in 1867, but many states kept the practice well into the 20th century. In the UK, physical punishment stayed even longer. State schools didn't ban it until 1987, and private schools followed by 2005. That means kids in Britain were still getting canes from teachers in living memory. And why did this finally end? Research and conversations began to show that punishment by pain didn't help kids learn. It just scared them. Some studies later showed that physical punishment could even affect children's development, mental health, and relationships. That shift in thinking didn't happen overnight, but it did happen. Society began to see children as learners, not things to be forced into line with fear. Number 3, executing people for minor crimes. Here's a fact that sounds unreal. In the 18th century in England and Wales, the law said over 200 crimes could lead to execution, and many of them were for property, stealing a small item, messing with someone's tree, even minor offenses. This system was called the Bloody Code. But even though the number of capital crimes went up, the number of actual executions went down because juries refused to convict when the punishment was that extreme. Still, the fact that law books listed so many death sentences says a lot about how society saw punishment then. Over the 1800s, things changed. Britain gradually reduced capital crimes until only a handful remained in 1861, and finally abolished the death penalty for all crimes in 1969, though it had been suspended in practice since 1965. In the US, we still use the death penalty for very extreme crimes like murder or treason, but we stopped executing people for petty theft long ago. The takeaway is, killing someone for survival crimes is not justice, and both countries moved away from that. Number 4, damn. And I already know not everybody's going to agree with the next one, especially parents. Some parents still do this at home till today. And yeah, I get it. People have strong opinions about this. But before we jump into number 4, take just a few seconds to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're really low on subscribers right now, and that small click actually helps more than you think. Please subscribe now. Alright, let's get into number 4. Number 4 is child labor in factories and mines. This one hits hard. During the Industrial Revolution, kids were everywhere in factories and mines. Kids as young as 5 or 6 worked long hours, often in dangerous conditions. In Britain, strong evidence of terrible conditions came from reports like the Sadler Report in 1832 to 1833, which documented horrifying factory conditions for kids and adults alike. That public outcry helped push Parliament to pass the Factory Act of 1833, which limited child labor and introduced inspections. In the US, change came slower. Child labor was common deep into the early 1900s, especially in mining and textile mills. It wasn't until the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938 that child labor was broadly banned in industry and dangerous jobs. Think about that. More than 100 years passed between the start of child labor reform in the UK and the full ban in the US. Both countries eventually said the same thing. Kids should be learning, not working for survival. Number 5. Selling patent medicines that could kill you. Before modern regulation, medicine was more like a gamble. You could wander into a shop and buy a miracle cure that promised everything from stronger muscles to better sleep. Some of those cures contained cocaine, heroin, morphine, or even lead, and they didn't always tell you. That's not a misprint. Real people took that stuff, and many died or got seriously ill from it. Both countries cracked down in the early 20th century. In the US, the Pure Food and Drug Act of 1906 was passed in part to stop dangerous medicines and food from getting to market, and led to the creation of the FDA. The UK followed with its own strict medicine regulations that eventually became the MHRA. All of a sudden, packaging had to list ingredients. Products had to be tested. Snake oil wasn't enough anymore. That was a huge shift. Medicine went from the Wild West to regulated science, and fewer people died because of it. Number 6. Public executions. Believe it or not, executions were once public entertainment. Crowds gathered in town squares to watch executions to deter crime. In England, public executions continued until 1868, when they finally decided this wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. In the US, the last public execution was in Kentucky in 1936, which is only about 90 years ago. After that, executions became private affairs in prisons or correctional facilities. Why? Because making a public spectacle of death doesn't make society better. It just makes death an event. That shift says a lot about evolving public values. Number 7. Coal smoke choking cities. This one affects millions every day. Up until the mid-20th century, cities like London and Pittsburgh were regularly blanketed in thick, toxic smoke. It wasn't fog, it was coal pollution. In London, the Great Smog of 1952 was so bad that for several days, visibility was almost zero. Estimates say it killed around 4,000 people immediately, and thousands more died later from respiratory illnesses connected to it. That shock pushed the UK to pass the Clean Air Act of 1956. In the US, people were seeing the same deadly effects in industrial cities, and pressure grew for clean air laws. Homes switched from coal to gas and electricity. Factories cleaned up. Air became breathable again. So, what do y'all think about this? Is there anything else you think the US or the UK should stop doing? Or something you think they should keep doing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for more conversations like this. Share it with a friend. And check out the channel for more videos. I'll see you tomorrow.